All right, we are live, y'all. What is going on? Super hyped about this. We got the dream Hakeem right right now with us here. Super excited, man. We got the dream Hakeem. Dude, I'm excited about this interview, man. It's been super fun to work with you. I'm excited about people to hear your story, how you've been crushing it. Went from $4,000 a month in commissions to 60 grand a month in commissions in 60 days. But I think the coolest part about this story is how you were ready to exit the industry of high ticket sales altogether before it just like, boom, popped off for you. So
yes,
you
sir.
ready to talk about it, man? You ready to let the world know?
It's a doozy, man. Yes, sir. Let's get into it. Excited to be here.
Awesome, man. Well, dude, tell us about yourself, man. Who are you, and what offer are you selling right now? That got you to 15,000 a month in commissions in a 30-day calendar month.
Yeah. So my name is Hakeem Bukhari. I've been in sales in a variety of different industries, different offers, but currently I'm working on a coaching offer. We work with filmmakers and videographers, scale their businesses, implementing better marketing, sales, fulfillment systems, the whole shebang, man. It's been incredible.
That is beautiful, dude. Obviously, that's a great offer. I know who you're selling for, and he's a great leader, great company. So yeah, it's a great place to be for sure. But it wasn't always like that for you, right?
No,
I know you had some duds, right?
yeah.
So let's talk about that, bro. Let's talk about your background because I love this story. You know, as a sales rep myself, like you go through the grind to be able to find the best thing to sell for you. You know what I mean? Because it's different for everybody. So what industries were you selling for before coming over to selling the offer you're on now?
Yeah, man, it's been a crazy thing because like I wasn't always in the online sales game. I mean, for that was like a complete game changer when I came across that. Because that all kind of started when I started selling marketing agency services because I used to run my own agency. But I was really exposed to the whole sales game, if you will, years ago. I first started my first telemarketing job selling alarm systems for Sloman Shield, and then that turned into a little bit of life insurance type stuff that parlayed into selling cars. COVID came, ravaged that put a damper on things, and then eventually I went from running my own agency for a little bit. I really enjoyed the sales aspect of that, hated everything else on the back end of taking care of that, and then that's when the whole idea of being in the high ticket remote selling space kind of came to be. And I've been in a handful of different offers ever since that point, man. Variety of different biz ops, different coaching offers. So it's been a whole full circle event, man. It's been wild. Many different sets of avatars, different sets of industries, but I feel like in its own right, everywhere I've been at so far has kind of gave me all these arsenals to work with as far as like tools to really make a killing in the offer I'm with right now. So been definitely been some low lights for sure, but I'm grateful for all of it because it led me to the offer I'm on right now. So it's a beautiful
Hell
thing.
yeah, man. Dude, I can massively relate, obviously having done the door-to-door too, came into this industry selling other people's stuff online with digital marketing services. That's where it started for me too. So I can absolutely relate to that. What is the price point of what you're selling right now? And what was the price point of what you sold before this with all the other different stuff?
Yeah, so the price points we're at right now, we offer a variety of different things. It ranges anywhere from 9 grand to 24 grand. And then
Over the phone.
yes, sir.
Over the phone.
Yes, sir. Over the phone, on Zoom, doing the damn thing. But
That's right.
prior to this, I believe the highest offer I was selling was around 7K, the highest ticket that I've sold up until then. But now it's like 15K deals are kind of the norm now, which is pretty insane to think about. I could not fathom that about maybe 2-3 months ago. I didn't think I had that in me, to be honest.
Yeah, dude. And you knocked it out of the gate, like fast start. So, you've been through like so many different cycles in sales, like what you were selling before, those are all very different products, like going from selling door-to-door stuff to business to consumer stuff that's small ticket to selling cars, which is obviously a higher ticket tangible item, to an even higher ticket non-tangible item over the phone, like all very different types of sales. So how did you get into sales before finding the Art of Sales Mastermind, selling high ticket products online? Like, how'd you get into sales to begin with?
Yeah, man. So for me, I think the biggest thing was like I always knew at heart, like I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. And even for me on the early days of the agency stuff, I'm like, man, like this isn't going as well as it is. So for me, I'm like, I gotta just really hone in on this ability to get good at the skill set, not just to make good money, but I understand inherently that like if you get good at sales and communication, that just gives you a way better quality of life. So for me, it was just I was very obsessive with learning the actual skill set and then everything along the journey. As you could see, all these industries, all these business models that I've tried, the very core root of it is I just want to get really good at sales, one way or the other.
Were you any good when you started?
No, man.
Like, how many years ago was it when you started?
It was like 2017, I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
5 years. So,
yeah,
okay.
about 5 years. But I used to be the guy because I used to do cold calling for Slomans, and I used to be the guy who's like the phone used to shake in my hand, like even just making an outbound dial. Like I used to like give me like nightmares just thinking about having to do that stuff. So to go from that to like closing down 15K piffies, like there's no way like you could have told me I had that in me. Because I used to be so scared of doing that.
$15,000 deal, all cash, over the phone with somebody you never met before. Man, if y'all are watching this right now, trying to decide if you should be in the high ticket online selling space, selling like e-learning products, services, that right there should fire you the hell up. A $15,000 cash deal over the phone with somebody he just met within an hour. Like that's the fire right there. Dude, tell us this, what's been your best month in commission ever and your worst month in commission ever?
My worst month was not even $3,000. It was probably like 2,500, something like that. And then my best has been 150K cash collected last month, so 15K in commission. But now that we've kind of hit that, now we're raising the bar. Next is that 20-30K a month mark, which is very realistic given the guys I work with now. But yeah, man, to go from 25 to 15 is a pretty insane leap. I know I kind of keep going around that, but it's just to me it's a beautiful thing that now that we're here at this point, this is reality now. So
yeah, life changing, man. 2,500 a month in commissions to 15,000 in commissions. You're almost making more commission in one sale selling a $15,000 item because you make like what, $1,500 in commission on that?
Yes, sir.
Then you did your very best month. Or your worst month ever. It's just, that's crazy, bro. So tell us, what makes a great sales pro?
Great sales pro. There's a lot of, I feel like there's so much nuance that goes into that, but to me, what makes a phenomenal salesperson versus the average, it's someone who is very attentive to having the client do what's best for them, regardless of whether they join your program or not, and being detached from that outcome and being a way better a problem finder and being really attentive with listening to people's problems. Because I feel like I feel like that's why like sales has this stigmatism on it, right? Where it's like, oh, like pushy used car salesmen sell people stuff that they don't need. But the way I've always perceived it to be is like, you got to be an actual, it's in the name, right? Sales consultant. You want to like be that advisor and help someone make those uncomfortable decisions. Whether it's very scary for them, not scary for them, it's helping them make the best decision for themselves possible and being okay with the fact that maybe the best thing for them is not to join your program. But to me, I feel like if I serve that person at the highest level where they made a decision to do something for themselves, I feel like I did my job. So to me, that's what defines a really great salesperson, is being able to ask those great questions and listen to that and really help them make those next best steps for themselves.
Dude, that's really good, man. That's definitely pro status stuff and not just trying to get the deal. So that's got to be awesome. When it comes to like, especially like clients that want a refund or something like that, I bet you have hardly any of those. That's really good.
Yes, sir.
Like what makes an ideal situation for a sales rep? So obviously there's a lot of online high ticket companies. I mean, you were talking about this before this interview started. Like you were on so many dud offers of
Yeah.
people selling stuff online, and you were ready to throw in the towel. And then you
Oh, yeah.
found the Art of Sales Mastermind. We helped put you on an awesome offer. Like that was a great situation. But what makes an ideal situation for a sales rep that wants to go sell online the product or service? Like what makes the ideal situation for them?
Yeah, I mean, a couple different things, right? I mean, first, it's like the back end's fulfillment, right? You want to make sure, like, are these clients actually being taken care of? Are these guys actually getting good results? Because there's no sense of, it's very hard to have conviction and being able to like have 4 or 5 of these calls every single day if you don't genuinely believe that these people are going to be taken care of. So that's certainly one component to it. But also on like a tangible level, I mean, to me, it's just like, doesn't matter how good somebody might be doing to take care of the clients. If you're only talking to 3 people per week compared to like 3 to 5 people per day, then you having the actual ability to have those conversations and continue to get those reps in and make good money, it's very, very difficult. It's not impossible, I would say, but it's very difficult for me. Like very, very simply put, I don't have to worry about any sort of lead flow issues with the offer I'm on now. Like the guy I work for, he does an incredible job with what he does. That's the last thing I ever have to worry about. So for me, it's about having proper lead flow and volume. So you have the actual tangibility, like the ability to actually convert a high percentage of those. But it's also belief in the actual product itself and marrying those two things together. I feel like that's a really phenomenal recipe for success for any given rep, regardless of whatever the offer is, doesn't matter the space. I feel like those two things are very important.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. And usually it's hard to get on those offers. Like anyone watching this, that's usually tough, right? I mean, you were on so many different offers and they were not that. And that's why it's good to be able to get the right types of introductions. Well, what was it then, man? What was the tool, strategy, or tactic that you took from the Art of Sales Mastermind that helped you break past $10,000 months and do $15,000 a month in commission in such a short amount of time?
Yeah. I mean, man, I have like a whole laundry list of stuff I've kind of gathered from the call. I mean, the calls are phenomenal. The Discord's amazing. I mean, for me, the biggest thing that I've gathered that I'm still working on to this day is, instead of like, it's the ability to like take something that you want to tell the prospective client and forming that into a actual question. So then it's not me what the bias is of telling this person something. It's having them come to that conclusion on their own, just through having those very insightful questions that have them get to the same goal that you were going to get to by just telling them straight away.
Dude, that's so powerful. And that's something that a lot of people like. It takes so much time to learn that, and you're able to implement it so quick, but you're always showing up, man. That's the thing. Like you always show up, you always participate. And I think that's why your learning curve is so short and because your execution is so fast. So yeah, mad props to you for that. Oh, go ahead. Were you gonna say something else?
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like, for me, what really changed the game as a sales rep is when I started treating myself like a high performance athlete. And for me, my favorite athlete of all time was Kobe Bryant. And whether the Lakers won a game, they lost the game, that guy watched every single piece of game tape for every single game that they watched. And to the typical person, like, that's obsessive, that's crazy, but that's why that guy is considered a Hall of Famer. And RIP to the legend, man. That's somebody I definitely model the Mamba mentality after, and feel like that's kind of been very reflective of the results. And I don't think it's an accident, because I started implementing those changes.
Yep, absolutely right. And there's so many ways to do that, to be able to just refine your skill. And obviously we go over, all that stuff in the mastermind, but yeah, dude, you've done such an amazing job with executing on that. So what tell us about the rest of your experience inside the Art of Sales Mastermind? Like, what's the experience been for you over the last 60 days? I think it was 60 days since you got started with us.
Yeah.
What's that full experience been like?
It's been phenomenal, man. I mean, it's just like the community that you guys have built up. It's been absolutely incredible. I mean, the calls with yourself, the calls with Chad, there's always, like, you guys are always just dropping bombshell after bombshell after bombshell. That, like, it's a lot to take in, but the actual Discord servers themselves. I mean, there's nothing that fires me up more than waking up in the mornings and seeing all the wins piling up in the chat, because like, man, Piffy here, Piffy there. And it's like, man, like, I don't want to miss out on this train. I got to go out and get mine as well. And I feel like it just empowers all of us to do our jobs on our end, whatever offer that we're selling or what have you. It's just having that community of being able to ask those questions and celebrate each other's wins. I feel like that's really cool to see from my perspective.
Hell yeah, man. Dude, the energy is amazing. And yeah, I love seeing y'all, like everyone dropping the wins is fire. Especially when you see your $15,000 pitch dropping in. Cause again, I know we already said this, not to beat a dead horse, but $15,000 cash collected over the phone with somebody you just met. Like that stuff's next level, you know? Well, bro, I know we're getting ready to close this interview out here. So who would you recommend the Art of Sales Mastermind to?
Who I would recommend the Art of Sales Mastermind to is, very simply put, if you're an appointment setter, if you're a closer, if you're even somebody who actually runs your own offer, if you feel like you're at the stagnation point and you know you're destined for way more growth, but you're kind of running into this wall, very similar to what I was, then I think you're truly playing yourself by not at least jumping onto a call with these guys and seeing what it's all about. Because for me, believe me, like, I was one of those guys, I didn't think I needed more sales training. I thought I had it all figured out. And then I took the leap of faith anyways. And now I'm making commissions and I'm doing stuff with sales I didn't even know I had capable in me. So if you're a sales pro and you want to turn your okay, good situation into an incredible, great one, then Art of Sales is for you 100%.
That is beautiful, man. And where can people find you if they want to keep up with your journey and just see how you're progressing as a sales pro? Where can people find you?
Yeah, great question, man. I mean, I'm pretty active here on Facebook, so I'll drop a link somewhere here under the live stream. But also, y'all could follow me on the gram as well. It's underscore Hakeem Dream is my Instagram. If y'all want to connect with me on there, I'll be sure to drop both of those links for you guys in there. That's where you can find me there.
Perfect. Well, Hakeem, I'll let you get back to closing those piffies, baby. And appreciate you taking the time out of your day to hop on this and, share your experience with us and everyone else until the next Sales Pro Spotlight interview. Catch you guys later.
Later, guys.